Hello, this is for those who picked number 5. And I'm just gonna cut this. Okay, Aqua Aura. Alright. So I have another Starseed Euclid. Euclid comes up for me a lot, actually. Dalmatian Stone, okay. Alright, so the cards that came up for you are Lemurian Quartz, Aqua Aura Quartz, Tiger Eye, Euclid, and Dalmatian Stone. Right away, I'm getting the sense that you are in you are close to connecting to some kind of knowledge that you've been hoping to obtain. Spiritual knowledge, to be specific. Vibrating high, connecting to the upper realms. I'm gonna look more into Euclid. That is 23. Okay. Yep. Wisdom from within, inner truth aligning with divine intelligence, trusting your own earned wisdom. So that's what this one is about. So trusting what you already know. There's Dalmatian Stone. Number 13, 19. Dalmatian Stone. Oh. My goodness. I believe the Dalmatian Stone is a type of obsidian. Alright, so Dalmatian Stone, essential meaning is playfulness, childlike, joy and enthusiasm for life, absurdity, humor, and laughter. So, so the Dalmatian Stone Spirit is a sign that today you are meant to share laughter with those close to you. Alright, so that's what this card is about, and this one's about inner truth, inner knowing. And Tiger's Eye, the Tiger's Eye energy is about protection, grounding, and attracting, because in Tiger's Eye there's hematite, or is it hematite? I think it is hematite, and hematite is about protection, psychic protection, but also abundance and manifestation, for me anyways. It's also a good cleansing stone. So, Aqua Aura Quartz is about protection as well. So when you are channeling or you're trying to connect to that energy, practice grounding and protection. Approach it from, allowing yourself to grow, seeing yourself grow, not trying to be so fixated on how you should be growing or how quickly you should be growing. Trust that the things that you know now, is what is meant for you to know. You're not supposed to know any more than what you need to know now. Everything, the knowledge will come to you at the right moment. Try not to force it. Try not to go where you should be going to unlock that knowledge. knowledge, right? Lemurian Quartz is about that too, though. Unlocking that knowledge, connecting with the Akashic records or the records that the Lemurians have left behind in the stones, in the Lemurian stones. Um, so it is about unlocking that knowledge, but trusting that when the time has come, that those doors will open. There are some doors that are meant to be locked for a specific reason, because at this very moment you may not be able to handle that knowledge. If you try to tap into that knowledge, or you try to tap into a part of your records that you're not supposed to know yet, you could become completely overwhelmed. You might not be able to handle it. That will happen in your spiritual journey, but just be wary, just be conscious, be grounded, stay grounded when you do come across it and you're not ready. Figure out how to protect yourself from that, right? Figure out how to process that information. This childlike energy also is letting me know that, again, for example, children are not meant to know as much as adults are meant to know, because they are not capable of processing that yet, right? A perfect example is that, you can't just give a child, you can't give a 2-year-old a pair of scissors and tell them to cut something. They have to develop the motor skills. They have to also understand the purpose of cutting things, right? Like why they need to cut it. They have to also understand like all this other thing that comes into just learning how to hold a pair of scissors. They need time. You can't just give it to them and expect that, oh, they're going to learn as quickly as an adult. I see this happen a lot too with people who hold children accountable for their actions. If, say, for example, a child gets mad, right? Or a child, what kind of example? I will see how some adults hold children accountable for actions that another adult would do. They hold them accountable in the same weight, if that makes sense, right? Adults who are not at the point of understanding emotional intelligence will hold a child accountable for getting mad, or hold them accountable for, say, stealing, right? Okay, perfect example, right? Stealing. You can't put a child who stole candy in jail, right? Because a child is too young to understand that consequence. A child is too young to understand why stealing is wrong. On top of that, the actions aren't anything that is severe enough to charge a child as a felon, or charge a child as like a misdemeanor crime, right? But for an adult, if an adult steals a car, then they have to, right? Because that's like, they have to use their whole body to steal a car. They know what stealing is, and yet they still did it. So when you weigh it out, you can't, if you don't have the knowledge to process the consequences yet, that knowledge is not meant for you to understand that yet, right? And so the Dalmatian stone here, that's also kind of what I'm getting to, is that in terms of like your spiritual journey, even though you're an adult, right, you've been on this earth for as long as an adult should be, you're not yet ready to comprehend the amount of knowledge that an experienced person or an experienced being might have to be able to process that, if that makes sense. Okay, so there's a reason why a lot of the spiritual knowledge, or a lot of the knowledge out there that exists about certain civilizations or even past lives, like you're not it's not readily obtainable. You have to be able to process everything that comes with withholding, with obtaining that knowledge, right? There are consequences to that. And so for you, it's just kind of like letting you know, trust the process, right? Trust what you already know. You don't have to go digging for more, right? Don't go opening up Pandora's box. Because there's a reason. There's a reason why you're not supposed to know that stuff yet. You may not be able to handle the consequences yet. So, I think this is all I have for you. Those who picked number 5, I hope this resonated with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next video.